Go ahead. You had mentioned your wife in your speech.
Did I? I think you should ask her. I mean, I think we've talked about it like a family. She's a public figure. We're both public figures, and we work together when we can, and different when we don't. But I can tell you that she's a lovely woman, and she is very passionate in it, and I don't know what else to say about that, but just like I said earlier, 35-40% of all couples across the state of Iowa aren't in the same party. And I think a lot of people look to us as an example of how love can conquer differences sometimes.
You said you had made this decision before Governor Reynolds made her announcement. What was it at that moment that you felt?
I didn't say we started.
Oh, I apologize.
We started praying about it.
Okay.
We felt a need to pray about it. As people of faith, we can't always explain why we have an urge to pray about something, but we had an urge, and we were talking right there in the chamber, in the rotunda, and we just started to start praying right then about whether Eddie Andrews should be putting his hat in the race for the governor.
You described it as kind of a small role. Was there ever a Damascus moment that you ran together for the House in 2020? Yeah.
Well, I do take a long time to make a decision sometimes. And let's be honest, if you were a political insider and you saw someone on one side with unlimited resources, 10 or 12, but if your in-laws can write a $5 million or $6 million check, they can write another $6 million check, they can write another one, right? So you're effectively looking at a race with unlimited resources. But if you feel led to run, I've learned the hard way that you still run if you feel led to do that, and let the chips fall where they may. But like I said, this won't be the first race. Let me throw this in. We just set up our checking account yesterday, so we don't have 10 million in there yet, but we have 7 figures committed by one group, and we'll be announcing that soon. It doesn't mean we can't raise any money, right? But I can tell you that if you were a political consultant, you probably would not advise me to get in the race, right? Just looking at the obstacles, but we don't see obstacles, we see opportunities. And the people of the state of Iowa deserve a governor who will listen, who will respond, and make Iowa the actually best state of all 50.
Can you?
Republican candidates who have entered the race, how do you plan on distinguishing yourself from those others?
Well, I'm not running against them. I'm just putting my plan forward, and so let the voters decide. Yes. Could you ask the question again, please?
Yeah, can you talk with President Trump? Can you get a relationship with him about their decision to run? Can you talk with the president all about this?
Well, not the president personally, but certainly his team is aware. We've had a lot of conversation. Don't read anything into that, by the way. But we have looked. They know I'm running, and they know all where I stand, and we've had discussions when I was in D.C. last.
When you said let the people decide, I mean, why should someone vote for you instead of for Brad Sherman or Randy Feenstra or Mike Busolo or somebody else?
Again, I'm not running against them. In my race, 3 races, I didn't run against the Democrat. I just said, I'm not running against you. I'm running for Iowa. I'm running for these ideas. And let you choose whether or not you believe I'm the best candidate for that. It's a different, slightly subtle, but it's a different mindset. I'm not running against them. I have no reason to do that. But I can tell you that you can look at my track record of how, I got to tell you, one of the most satisfying things is when I'm walking down the street, whether it's Ankeny, Johnson, Urbandale, Saylorville, Crocker, or Urbandale. I didn't mention Urbandale before. And someone runs up to me and gives me a bear hug. Are you Eddie Andrews? Yes, I am. Thank you for helping my kids. Thank you for fighting for my kids. Thank you for helping me my mental health program. One woman, I can't say her name because she has Democrat and Republican and independent and libertarian clients, but she says, Eddie, I would not even have my business if it weren't for the legislation that you passed. She was waiting for me when I was on the street, right, to give me a hug. Another lady in Crocker, no, Saylorville, I was going down the street, and obviously they had a gathering, so I just said, told one of the guests that were going in, I said, look, I see a lot of cars. Have the person give me a call, in a day or so after whatever party is going on. About 5 minutes later, I see somebody saying, Eddie, Eddie, Eddie. And I'm like, this is me. And they ran down the street, gave me the big bear hug, and said, Eddie, thank you for doing what you're doing. This is how this helped my kids. And those are the moments that you know you're doing the right thing and it's not just academic. I believe there's one more question, she says.
You have to introduce yourself.
Oh, hi, Dave.
You have to introduce yourself. You don't want to make this about other people, but obviously Randy Feaster's been around. He has the 4th district. Brandenburg might be in a statewide district. As you're introducing yourself to people maybe outside the metro who do not know you yet, without going into a bunch of policies here, what are you all about?
All about helping people. Full stop. Protecting the Constitution, defending your rights, being creative, not to get philosophical or biblical, but the 5th word of the Bible is creative. Let's be creative in our solutions. Let's be creative in things that we provide to Iowans. We don't have to do things the same old way. We can advance this. Like, there's no reason we should have money being the primary decider in who gets elected. Absolutely. Why do we tolerate that? Let's remove that barrier. Right? It should be we the people, not we with money.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you guys. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the campaign trail. We're going all over the state of Iowa, and we're going to introduce ourselves. And I believe we have a message that will resonate as it has here in the metro. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Yeah, Eddie.